the maker of the heavens and the earth. You created everything that the mind of a living soul can imagine, but none created thee. That is why we say you are immortal, you are invisible, you are omnipotent. This very God that every generation who has ever had the grace of knowing thee have always testified to your goodness. That is the same God that we kneel and bow before. This God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help, even in this time of Janjaweed trouble, even in this time of Fulani rage and terrorism. Therefore we shall fear no evil. This IPOB shall fear no evil. Even if the whole world is against us, even if Britain intensifies their effort to crush this very light of hope in sub-Saharan Africa, even though they shake the mountains, even though the seas may rise, even though they may give all the weapons and ammunition to the Zoological Republic, no matter what they do, no matter how they foment their rage, it doesn't matter to us. For God, is in the land of Biafra. We shall never ever be moved. This God of the ancients will help us now and forevermore. For Biafra shall come, and this Lord of hosts is with us. Chukwokika Biama, the same God of Jacob, this same God of Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego, this God that never abandons his people, this same God is our refuge, and we proclaim it unashamedly that this God that we kneel and bow before, we shall worship thee, for Biafra is your promise, your word is yea and amen. Instead of your word not to come to pass, heaven and earth will cease to exist. Upon this very hope we anchor.
Viewers, thank you for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're connecting from. If you're joining me from any part of the world, thank you very much. For those who have subscribed, please go to the comment section and give your comment after watching. Make your contribution, say your views, express yourself the way you want it. And those who have not yet subscribed, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much, and remember, we are still on the struggle of survival, the struggle of our life for us to have our freedom. We are calling for freedom. We are asking for a referendum for us to decide our fate. And you can see that today a referendum has been conducted once again in Biafra land, and we are ready to go. For those who are saying that the Igbos, the Biafrans are not in support of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, 100% all the Biafrans are in support of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not just the Igbos. Every tribe in the southeastern region, old southeastern region, they are all in support of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And for those of us who have forgotten about the prayer, remember, today is the 71st day of the prayer, Psalm 71. If you have not prayed your own, please continue to pray. This is the only assignment our Spirit leader gave to us before he left us for his own assignment. He is on assignment to bring Biafra. That is what he has gone for. As for his life is in the hand of Chukwuka Biama. Nobody born of a woman can take away the life of our Spirit leader. Whatever is happening to our Spirit leader is the way God plans it. It's the plan of God. And our Spirit leader is in the safe hand of God. Even though the enemy surround him, the Lord has prepared a table before him in the presence of his enemy. He will not fear any evil. I trust Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our supreme leader. He is consistent and very strong. Nothing will happen to him. Nothing will happen to him. The only thing we have to do is to continue to pray along with him and continue to preach this message, preach this gospel, follow this foundation that he has led for us all to be free. We are going to be free. Nobody will stop us. Do not allow distraction. That is the most important thing we have to be talking about. Don't allow distraction. There are so many people who come on their platform to continue to discuss about the dispute in IPOB. That is very, very bad. If you are one of those who is using your platform to discuss about the dispute in IPOB, you are damaging the struggle and you are not doing us any good. The only people who are doing that are those who are against our freedom. If you are for freedom and you are truly a Biafran, stop discussing IPOB internal problems on social media. it's not going to help you. It is not going to help any one of us. The more you begin to discuss the issue of Biafrans, the problem within Biafrans on social media, the more you are damaging the struggle. This is not the time for you to begin to discuss internal matter that has to do with you, to bring it on the table and begin to discuss. It is not now. What we have to talk about now is the freedom of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the freedom of Biafrans. As you all know, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free, we are all free. He is the only voice we have. And this time that he is in captivity, it is the time we have to speak up more than ever. The foundation that our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have laid for us is what we have to follow. Continue to speak in a loud voice. Continue to preach that message that he has given to us. Do not relent in your effort. That message that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been preaching, it's what we are going to carry on from where he has stopped. Why must you allow yourself to be distracted by things that are irrelevant? You see some people on their platform on daily basis, you see the topic they are discussing is about Biafrans, how they are fighting themselves. About IPOB, how they are not united. Who told you that the IPOB members are not united? Who told you? IPOB is united more than ever now that our Supreme Leader has a problem. The Biafrans are united now more than ever. The Southerners are even united more than ever. Who is bringing all those kind of DSS stories? DSS information. You are helping DSS to promote their story of disunity in Biafra, disunity in IPOB, which is a pure lie. There is no disunity in IPOB whatsoever. When you come online and make IPOB and Biafra your own discussion, discussing about their internal problem, how they are not together, do you think you are doing favor to IPOB or you are doing favor to Biafra struggle? You are not doing any favor to Biafra struggle. You are only helping the DSS to pull us down. If you are a Biafran, stop discussing our internal problem on network, on your online, on your platform. Stop discussing our problem on your platform. If you have any room with anybody, you want to make any correction, call the person privately and make your corrections. Every family has a problem. Every family have a disagreement. People can disagree to agree. Why is that of IPOB and that of Biafrans different? Why is it different? Why do you have to make it a topic on your channel every time? You see people on your platform, go and see the topic they have on your platform. They are only discussing about the internal issues of Biafra and the internal issues of Biafra of IPOB. That is not a struggle. You're not fighting for the struggle. You are only trying to demonize the struggle, trying to pull the struggle back. You are only working for the DSS. The only thing that you have to be concerned about as a Biafran is to talk about the freedom of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and make sure you change the evil narrative that the media is pushing against him. That is the most important aspect we have to focus on. Focus on changing those narratives that have been preached against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All those false accusations against him, that is what you have to concentrate on. Concentrate on that. All those false narratives that they're pushing against the Biafrans, concentrate on that to change it. Stop talking about things that are irrelevant. The way we are now, everybody has seen it that a referendum has been conducted again today, and the whole Biafran are standing behind our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why are you still busy talking about issues that don't matter? Let us be focused. Don't be distracted. A lot of distraction is going to come in the future. A lot of distraction is going to come from tomorrow. Don't be distracted. Focus. Continue to demand for referendum. Continue to demand for a nation of our own. Continue to demand for the freedom of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the only assignment you have online. That's the only assignment you have. Stop discussing about our internal problem. God will handle. Chukwuka Biama, who created us, will handle that by himself. Chukwuka Biama will handle it. And if you are so disturbed and you're so worried, call the people concerned and talk to them privately. Do not bring any issue that has to do with IPOB on Biafra to begin to discuss their internal problem in the media. You are not helping the issue. You are only supporting the DSS to promote their own agenda. We have to stand with Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you are not standing with him, it doesn't really matter, because now it is very clear that more people are standing, 100% Biafrans are standing with him. You can see the ghost town that was being installed in Biafra land today. It was a ghost town. No doubt about that. The whole world have seen it. Nigeria itself has seen it. The elites have seen it. The presidency, the Janjaweed have seen it. That the Biafrans are on one page. This is the time for us to speak louder and continue to be consistent so that we can be able to achieve our goal. Let us listen once again to the message of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that it can energize us, so that it can strengthen us, so that it can show us a direction of where to go, so that we be reminded that we are fighting a just cause. Don't allow anybody to talk you down. The way we are going is the right path. The foundation that our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have led is the right foundation. We will continue to build on that foundation until we take our freedom. We are not begging for freedom from anybody. We are going to take our freedom, and that is exactly what we are doing. Let's watch and listen to our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in his messages once again.
Are established order and value systems upon which various cultures can now coexist. If you go to America, you coexist under the provisions of the United States Constitution. And the US Constitution is a Christian constitution, not Islam. America is not multicultural, but under that bedrock of liberty and egalitarianism, you allow other cultures to come in. But first of all, they must swear allegiance to or take an oath to uphold the Constitution of the USA. That is something that the US ambassador never told the Janjaweed that went to visit her. The same way that Nigeria cannot function as a viable entity. Wole Soyinka knows what I'm talking about. I'm even sure somebody who claims he's learned, as Bishop Coker is, understands what I'm talking about. No country on this earth. The value system of the State of Israel is based on Judaic principles. The value system of Russia is entirely theirs, it's based on theirs. It's the Russian way of doing things from times of the Tsar. If you go to Saudi Arabia, it is essentially a Sharia Islamic state. You can live there, no problem. You can build your churches if you want. I think they've not started to allow churches to be built. But it is never, never a multicultural society. Japan is not a multicultural society. China is not. They can accommodate you, but that doesn't mean they are This is the type of nonsense they feed Africans. And we fall for that very gimmick of multiculturalism. At the end of the day, you end up with a useless contraption like Nigeria. You don't have any value system that anybody anywhere can define. If I talk about the USA, I can talk about hamburger in the USA. We can talk about, what else do they have in the USA? Hamburger, you can talk about, what's it called? What are the traditional dishes? Apple pie and all the rest of it. You can say that these are American dishes. If you go to the UK, you can talk about maybe mashed potato and bangers and mash, which is sausage and mashed potato, as their national meal. That's understandable. But I ask you, if you come to Nigeria, what is the national dish of Nigeria? Does a Fulani Janjaweed eat aggressor, where we come from? Does an Igbo man eat a wedu soup? The answer is no. So on what basis is all this so-called multicultural foundation going to be laid upon? On what? We are not one people. We may be black, we may be Africans, but we're not one people. Not even one religion. If Britain cannot stay in an EU that is entirely Christian, EU is entirely Christian. Britain left. Nigeria, you don't know if Nigeria is Christian or in fact is Islamic. So for me to accept the multiculturalism being preached by the US ambassador, I have to embrace Islam as my religion. That's what it means. And some of you get taken in by all this rubbish. And I feel sorry for you. Yeah, sometimes when I say this, I'm being very arrogant. If you are educated, you will understand that no nation is multicultural. They allow other cultures to come in. It doesn't mean they're multicultural. They have a viable space where multicultural ideas or identities can thrive. But the foundation has to be monolithic. It has to be one dominant value system and ideology. That's how it is all over the world. Don't let anybody fool you otherwise. That is the same reason why you have this anomaly. In a so-called republic, you have royal fathers in a republic. Because you are trying to shuffle multiculturalism. You are trying to marry the feudal system of the North, the monarchical system of the West, and the Republican system in the East, to marry them into one. And what you have is entirely rubbish, and that is why Nigeria can never work. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Competing value systems. Nobody wants their own value system to be subsumed under another person's value system. This is something that the US ambassador never told you. But here I am telling you today. Because if you come here, you become educated. If you come here, you become enlightened. If you come here, You stop being a zoo animal, you become a human being. That is why we are the largest and, of course, the most consistent broadcasting platform insofar as Africa is concerned, right across the world. Millions listen to us because they know we preach the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. That is why this very day, because you are in one Nigeria, in multiculturalism, the army will come to Olo to defend Fulani Janjaweed living in our forests. We went to Olo to defend our people. They came, they arrested the clerics. Men of God, they arrested all of them. How many times have you heard that imams were being arrested in the north? Or that villages were being invaded in the north and imams being arrested? Only in Biafra land. And this is your multiculturalism. This is a place where you want all of us to stay, somehow to pretend that all is well when we know that it is not. In that same Nigeria is where Fulani headsmen openly boast about conquest. Benue State is one. That is why I feel sorry for the idiots talking rubbish from Benue. They came and they made the same bold claim on Edo State. And I quote, "We will kill all policemen and take over Edo State." Vanguard publication of January 23, 2021, this year. Only 2 months ago. Nothing happens to them. Only the Fulanis can lay claim to land that doesn't belong to them and nobody will say anything. When you try to respond, they come against you. And your average foolish Nigerian who cannot reason properly, you know, they're not educated very well, I'm sorry to say, will side with the oppressor. It's only in Nigeria where the victim becomes the accused. You came into Olo, Hope Uzodinma tried to give you land in Olo to build a Fulani settlement, and we said no to it. That's all. To talk about Olo crisis. And now they're trying to blame IPOB, they're trying to blame Eastern Security Network. But all of you are aware of the fact that Nigeria Army and Nigeria Police are essentially Fulani Janjaweed terrorists in uniform. The newspapers, all the articles, everywhere, the national discourse is replete with instances of Fulani being supplied by the military, as you're going to listen to later on. But nothing happens. When you try to fight back, you become the victim. And we are saying we are fed up of being victims. We can no longer be victims anymore. If you kill us, we'll kill you. I'm saying it live on video, so you can share the video all over the world if you want. If you come to our land to kill us, we'll kill you. As simple as that. It may take us some time, but eventually we'll overwhelm you. Well, in the end, we always win. As I warned them in Benue, we are in Benue. In all of our communities in Benue State, and we're not living there until we are certain that the lives and properties of our people there are firmly secured. Any day we learn to stop blaming the victims, this world will be a better place. I'm directing these very statements to the US Ambassador, to the UK High Commissioner, to the EU presence in the zoo, and the UN as well. I know all of you will do nothing. We are not Muslims, so you're not going to help us. That's obvious. We know that for sure. But we have something that you do not have. We have the grace, the might, and protection of God Almighty in heaven. And we know that God exists. And as long as He liveth, as my name is Nnamdi, my Redeemer liveth, as long as God lives in heaven, all of you can never triumph against us. Ojukwu said it before, and you said he failed. We know why he failed, because God said the time wasn't right. I want to show them, my children, what is called Biafra, that very kingdom. They have to fight their way into it. If that is the option you leave for us, then by all means, we'll oblige you. But Biafra must come, or we all die. It's as simple as that. There's no alternative. People must understand the rage that is boiling within us. You must understand how angry we are. We may look normal to you, but we are very, very angry, believe you me. And by the time we are done with Nigeria, the name won't exist. That I can assure you. You people are now beginning to see the type of madness that we are capable of unleashing. And more is coming. And I do not hide it, because you hate us anyway. This conspiracy against Biafra, for no reason, we've done nothing wrong to anyone. But you despise us and you hate us. You want us to die because God gave us oil and gas. You want to take over our land. It's not going to happen. And we're not apologizing or begging anybody to please read this letter. They are raping our women. They raped our women. Did you do anything about it? They went to the UK High Commissioner. They were telling them, oh, we can't do anything about it. Rape victims. But you're doing something about defending Fulani. You are defending Fulani. But rape victims in front of you cannot defend them. And you're neutral. And you want Nigeria to continue. So you want me to stay in a Nigeria where my women will be raped every day. Nobody will do anything about it. And I'll be clapping for you. One Nigeria, I'll be clapping for you. Check it, mad people everywhere. People are insane. You want me to stay in a country where the Fulani police and soldiers can come and take our women, rape them anyhow they like. Even before they release them, they charge us. Do you know how much we have spent? We have spent nearly 9 million naira to secure the release of people who were abducted and raped. Victims of state crime. Britain didn't say anything. UN never uttered a word. EU, nothing. US, nothing. And you want me to be in that country? I think some people are mad. Very, very insane indeed. If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case at, what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a time, in a movement that I lead, you think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear. That means you don't know who we are. 30 pastors arrested for doing nothing. Have you heard about any imams being arrested in the north? No. Do you want me to stay in one Nigeria with you after this level of injustice? Is that what you think? No, it is not going to happen. Not now, not tomorrow. There are two things plaguing them in the zoo. Lies and deceit. If not for the coming of IPOB, of Radio Biafra, all of you would have lived and died in the ignorance that Ojukwu caused a war. That's what they were writing. Britain helped them to write it. Ojukwu was a rebel, a secessionist, because we had no media. That is why they're paying Facebook billions upon billions of US dollars to stop this truth from coming out. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Gowon is alive, go and ask him. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Ojukwu went and negotiated restructuring with you in Aburi. You came back, Britain told you not to agree because Britain realized that all the component units of Britain knows that if you go back to regionalism, you will have economic growth. The country will do very well. But Britain doesn't want it. That was why they even instigated the Nzogwu coup, so-called Nzogwu coup, saying they will bring Awolowo to become the head of state. They knew what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael Opara. What I'm telling you are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. In the East, you had the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa were doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the North. You even had Alamajiris that were employed in the North, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said, no, for us to control these people, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. There was a coup by Nzogwu. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the North. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed, restructuring. That's something now you're asking for. To tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that regionalism was the best way forward, restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1960-1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent. Wales, the same thing. Everybody is free. But Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy. I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree, after having signed the agreement. That same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept me alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo called Nigeria. Gowon said no. Do you know all the journalists in Nigeria, none of them have ever gone to Gowon to ask him, why did he say no to Aburi? Aburi was restructuring. None of those agitating for restructuring right now has ever gone to Gowon or gone to Nigeria to say, but Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. If not now, that after many years of hammering on this very topic, it has now sunk into the skull of the people that Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is, always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it, and we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And Biafra must come.
The zoo is a failed... Do you believe that the zoo, Nigeria, is a failed state? Do you doubt me? I want you to go back again to Wikipedia, go to Google, type in failed state. What are the examples of a failed state? Do you know what makes a failed state? Now listen, they are corrupt. There is something called chronic corralling of resources at the expense of other groups. Do you know what is called chronic corralling of resources? Exactly what Ismaila Issa Funtua did. Etisalat was suffering. All Ismaila Funtua did was to go to central bank, tell Emefiele, give me money. Emefiele gave him money, $400 million. He went and bought Etisalat and changed it to 9 Mobile. He never worked for that money for one day in his life. The only thing he had going for him was that he was close to the dead Buhari. He was one of the cabal that made sure that Abba Kyari succeeded the dead Buhari. That's all. So he's a holder of their secret. He went to the central bank, collected $400 million. These are the people that Nigerian Union of Journalists named the building after him. Don't blame them. They are in darkness. That is their name, Nigeria. Niger people in darkness. The zoo is a failed state where somebody will go and sign a deal with China, effectively saying, China, come and colonize me, or I'm here, come and take me. Zoo, animals. The zoo is a failed state, completely failed state. And people are talking about corruption. You don't know what is going on in the zoo, do you? You have no idea. Nigeria, the zoo, the biggest zoo in the whole world, constructed by the British and built for idiots, built for animals who answer Nigerians, people who cannot reason, people who cannot reason. They are Attorney General. This was the idiot that proscribed IPOB. People don't know the reason why they proscribed IPOB. They proscribed IPOB because they don't want you to know what you're supposed to know. Some of the idiots who are amongst you, you Nigerians, you wild beasts, you animals, you have no brain, you know nothing. They go out you into supporting them. Let's proscribe.
New nation.
Let's tag them terrorists. They wanted to tag IPOB a terrorist group so they can stop our work, so they can diminish us. Do you understand? Do you understand it? Yet the Fulani headsmen, Fulani terrorists are not, Miyeviala is not classified as a terrorist group. That is why sometimes I look at the governors and so-called elders in our land and I laugh at them. How many times has any Fulani man come out to say, make Miyeviala name tag them a terrorist group? How many times? None. Is nigger territory with full of niggers. I'm saying it over and over again. Do your worst. That thing you want to do, you can't do it. You are mad. You are sick of the brain. You know nothing. Everybody who is working for Facebook Nigeria should go back to school. You people are not educated enough. Chief Justice of the Federation is a thief. Everybody is a rogue. They are all Fulani. They are stealing. Meanwhile, they are bringing their people to occupy my land. In Biafra land, take over my forests and the bushes. And you want me to keep quiet? Are you insane? You want IPOB to be quiet? Fulani will be stealing everything and in the process, killing people every blessed day, terrorizing people like in southern Kaduna, and then we'll come to Biafra land, take over my land, kill our daughters, rape our mothers, and you expect us to fold our hands and say, oh, we are peaceful, we are a peaceful movement. God punish all of you. That thing that will happen in the next 5 years will happen this year. This year. All that their plans, they will reveal it to the whole world this year. If that plan they have, they will reveal it to the whole world this year. 2020, it will not go past this year. That thing, it must happen this year. It must happen in 2020. If this doesn't go, worse will go. It must happen this year. Because the hypocrisy is too much. This hypocritical garbage is too much. It's too much. They see what is happening. Are you telling me the American ambassador is not in Abuja? Are you telling me the British High Commissioner is not in Abuja? Don't they see the killings going on? Can't the British people see the level of corruption in APC is 100 times worse than PDP? Can't they see it? Because it is being carried out by their favorites, the Fulani, the idiots of the darkness. The idiots, the blind bats of the darkness itself, Fulani. They know nothing. Their brains are empty. No poet. They have no artist. They have nothing. They produce nothing. They generate nothing. They control everything because of our collective stupidity. All of us, we are stupid. From Southern Kaduna to the Atlantic Ocean, we are hopeless. That is why a bunch of idiots, a bunch of cattle raiders will be making our life a misery, and we cannot think about it. Shame on all of you. Shame. You people should thank your God for IPOB. You thank your God for IPOB. And what is happening in the zoo? Do you know that Niger Republic, do you know what is happening in Niger Republic? I told you before that Nigeria is the same. You are doubting me. Now let me read this headline for you. Niger Republic citizen nominated as a non-career ambassador by President Buhari after claiming to be from Jigawa State. A few months ago, I told you people here in your stupidity, you Nigerians, you foolish. I've run out of adjectives to describe you people. You people are just, you are the lowest of the low. I told you here on air that there is no border checks, no border control in the north. Anybody can walk in from Niger Republic and claim citizenship, or from Northern Cameroon. I told you that here. Some people said, no, he's trying to bring division. Has it not happened? To the extent that they are now nominating somebody who is not a Sioux citizen to become the ambassador. See how foolish they are. Meanwhile, in the south, you have people policing our borders in the south. You have them finally policing our borders, but in their own north, the borders. I can't understand the outrage Sioux animal. How? Does it mean you people do not see these things? Does it mean you don't reason? Does it mean your brain does not function properly? What type of people are they? Anyway, sorry, your name is darkness. You people are darkness. You cannot see. You are blind, all of you. They are now nominating Niger Republic citizen as your ambassador. You people are really, really stupid, honestly speaking. The name is Ahmadu Haruna is a lawmaker and member of the Convention Democratique Sociale, which is a democratic party in the Republic of Niger, in the Republic of Niger. Is coming to be your ambassador, nominated as ambassador for the zoo. Do you see how Fulani have reduced governance to it's not just a joke, it's something beneath a joke. The incompetence of Fulani is there for all to see. You can see the administration, you can see them, they run everything. You can see how incompetent they are. You can see how kleptomaniacal they are. You can see they are thieves. They are Ndioshi, they are thieves. You don't want to learn. They are warmongers, they are killers, and they are murderers, and they are rapists. You see all these things, yet you are blind.
After hearing the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I hope you are energized. I hope you are strengthened. Please, wherever you are, continue on that path of righteousness. Continue on that path of unity. Continue on that path of demand of freedom. We will surely get our freedom. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will be here. That is the truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you so much for watching, and remember this. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.